Hi there, Retro Trek Ralph here with another Ships of the Line Star Trek calendar. This time it's a 2007 version. Alright, I'll start off with the main cover picture of the Enterprise D there. Looks like it's from the Generations film. A Klingon bird of prey attacking, they're going straight through the shields when they were over Viridian 3. Yeah, that actually looks like part of the effects shot, not an actual digital copy. That looks really good, well detailed in here. So many good shadows and stuff. Really good. Klingons obviously, Lursa and Berto attacking, knowing the shield frequencies, because they bugged Geordie's visor so they could see where he was and what we're doing. Yeah, really good that. I like that photo. Right. Let's go to the wide one. Make sure you're in the middle. We have the first aliens the Enterprise D found at Farpoint. Secret of Farpoint. Now these are far more detailed than what you saw in the series. And I think the HD versions do make them look a lot better. HD version of the Next Generation series, but you obviously got the Galaxy class ship here. These two aliens, the male and female. The arms on these, the tentacles come down, they've got little hairs on them. The spaceborne aliens that came down to Farpoint, and basically you asked for what you wanted and they provided it, but they were being tortured by the inhabitants to stay where they were so these people could have whatever they wanted. That was a secret of Farpoint. And the first episode is it was the first episode, the pilot episode of the Next Generation series. That was on for January. That's really good. Let's flick over here now to February. Now I've seen this one before with the it was Blue Jay 4, because this is obviously the Enterprise has put the tractor beam on the ship that was the jet fighter that was following them when they were in was Assignment Earth. And try to trace down Steve 7 or something, or where we were, Gary 7, I think it was Gary 7, wasn't it? The tractor beam on the ship and it crushed the ship. But if you can probably notice in here, there's a little bit of a beam out mark inside here. So I'm guessing they've already got him. And the whole ship just blew up. The plane just blows up there as they finally get off out of orbit, well, back into orbit and out of the atmosphere. Good markings on the plans. But just look tube, yeah. The rockets on either side, or their fuel tanks. I don't know. Don't really know much about airplanes, to be honest. Strange how there's all this green come off it. I don't know if it's burning up an atmosphere or if it's something's different there. I don't know. But fine. Good picture. March, another Next Generation one there. Title, Neutral Zone. They've got quite a few Romulan warbirds about to attack the Enterprise D. Well, they're coming to surprise them. There's 9 of them in there. Maybe more. Hidden away, cloaked. They're trying to go through a nebula in the neutral zone. Excuse me, you're not coming through here. This is ours. Yeah. There's a hell of a lot of detail in here. So much of these life pods. The escape pods over here. Tons and tons of them. Really interesting watching them. Yeah, so much detail on here. It's a little bit misted out over here in the background and stuff. It's more up front a little bit. I love the green colour on these. The warp nacelles. It's kind of strange how. This is what gets me about when artists do the Enterprise D, is that is the main impulse. These were only the secondary ones for when it was detached. So they could still have impulse engines on the main saucer, but they would use that all the time. They'd be switched off. But, you know, it's a little niddle for me there. Right, on to April. This is Deployed. Right, Now this, to me, looks like the Aero shuttle from Voyager. Looks very much like the Aero shuttle from Voyager. As the Enterprise, well, it's a Galaxy class ship. Whether or not this is the Voyager or not, I don't know. I can't tell too much in there. It's the actual registration. But yeah, this is one of the things that you don't see on any of the Star Treks. It's certain things. All you saw on the bottom of the Voyager was the underneath of the ship and this indentation of the outline of this. Wings, cockpit and back, and it was there. So obviously everything was inside the ship. It was just flat underneath it. Just a shame that they never really used it. But it looks really, really good as a captain's yacht sort of shuttle. But like I say, shame they never got round to using this thing. But really, really good. Really good. Right, now I love this picture. This just shows the past and the future all in one go. Now, if you look at this carefully, there's a guy down here, black uniform, gold on top, black with red. So this is transitional after Next Generation series, first couple of series of Deep Space Nine. So you can tell decade of it at least anyway. Runabout class down here. That looks amazing picture, that. Quite white in a lot of decent shade, dark blue, mid rusty blue. Shuttle pod there, I think what that one was from. Was that a Type 10 or something? You always already seen these class ones. But you've got an Argo down here, so that's now confusing me. That's an Argo. So I don't know. Because that was in, was that the last Star Trek in Nemesis? From the Enterprise E? Oh, I don't know. But also this is the NX class Columbia. It's crash landed onto a planet centuries before they found it. Looks like it's virtually fully intact, apart from they've really crushed and bottled in the front end. Completely knackered it in, but still fully intact. The engines are still there. Whether or not it was underneath all this sand and they've dug it all out, who knows? But a really good idea of the NX-02 as how it ended up. Like he's trying to climb through a window. I like that. I like that as a picture. There's no obvious way that it's come down, but that would have been shaped and covered over. 200 years over the top of this. Gives somebody's idea of what happened to the Columbia, the second NX class. Yeah. Farthest Star. Now all I can think on this one is, this is from the animated series, I think, because it was far beyond the Farthest Star episode. I mean, obviously it's still the original series, but I'm sure it was an animated series on this. There's all these different pods connected together, but they're all I think the crew had a didn't the crew have something to do with, but they're walking around and they actually had they didn't have spacesuits, but they had like a shield around them, which is very odd. So, yeah. Very interesting ship. Very different again. So that's onto June. Middle section, Wolf 359. Boom, there you go. Thank you very much. Next. Now, I can't flick over that one, can I? Explosion there, something's blowing up. This looks like one of the reasons why we don't see any refit Constitution classes, because they're all destroyed at Wolf 359. You've got a Nebula class there, but you've got a line coming through. It looks like they've accidentally made it too transparent. Miranda, Excelsior, Oh, what was the Grissom type? That was the Birth class. Another Galaxy. Another Constitution. Excelsior class. See, we never really saw much of the Wolf 359 attack, apart from at the beginning of Deep Space Nine. Which is a shame they didn't. I couldn't see that. Oh, pieces of metal hanging off. Don't know which ship that's from. Torpedoes away. Very good. Right. Sea Trial Duty. Now, is this the Altair? I think this is the Altair. I think this is one of the ones that they've hinted on the starships. Starship, the Eaglemoss stuff that they're actually going to be doing. Now, it looks very much like the Enterprise J, the nacelles at least, anyway. I mean, they're doing certain different ones that people are requesting, but don't think this was from an episode. There was the one with the they were trying to do a different way of propulsion, where they send the soliton wave and it would capture the ship. I don't think this is that. That looks a very different ship. Very, very different. Like the bridge at the front. Secondary hull down here. Engines off. Very, very different shape. And the actual pods on here for the escape craft, yeah, look really different. There's a lot of detail on the secondary hull down here. Yeah, really good ship. Really interesting. But we haven't seen this yet, or anything, I don't think. Nice. Now, plenty of letters. This is, yeah. There was talk of the reboot of Star Trek coming around. This is 2006, obviously. Or 2005 was probably when this were printed or thought about. And they were saying about different types of ship that they could use. And it's an interesting twist on the original Enterprise. I mean, the new Discovery series got yet another twist on the Enterprise, but this is what somebody designed. Kind of an older, different class, different style of navigational deflector. 2 torpedo launchers on the front there, which they never had. It just came out this front bit here. And you've got the triangular bits there, the landing gear, if they ever did it. But they've got this metal glass dome at the front of the nacelle and something inside that looks like it would spin, which is what they did for the J.J. Abrams version. But it looks like on top of, you'd have the lighting, the engines would light up right on the top, but we haven't got that angle here anyway. This is a very different Enterprise, and what could have been Enterprise. It was really good, really interesting. They did a reboot of the original series. Yeah, quite like that. It's August. September, yet another Captain's Yacht. The Calypso. So this is what was underneath the saucer section of the Enterprise D, the Captain's Yacht and that. But we never ever saw it. Picard in there having a cup of tea. Never saw it. We would never see it. It was never launched, never. But the dome at the bottom of the saucer section was always there. But it's making it look like it's part of some sort of yeah, look like it's part of the ship that you can get to. Directly the bottom side of the ship from the bridge. Yeah, like I said, they never used this, but it was always there. It was always there as the Captain's Yacht. Thrusters on the side there. Probably just take the bridge crew if they wanted to, but they never used it. It was one of them. It was one of them designs that they never really did anything with, so yeah, that's fine. I don't really expect every single design that is out there to be used by by every single story writer, I suppose. So yeah. October, back to the Enterprise D. Now that was like the Yamagosa Observatory, Yamagosa Armageddon. It's like they're just about to warp out of there. Massive detail on that ship there. Look at that. You know, I see inside the windows. Amazing detail. And these, the pods there for the escape pods there. The hatches over them look a lot better as this instead of what they were in the last. And they actually look like sticking out from the actual saucer section as well. But so much detail. You got the lights there, thrusters. It's wow, this is really good detail. Can't keep these lined up. But it looks like the wave is just coming. It's just taking the Yamagosa Observatory out, and then off we go. Saurian was rescued from that, wasn't he? Star Trek Generations. Yo, on to November. Enterprise D, yesterday's Enterprise, which was the episode title. The Enterprise D was being attacked by Klingons in the future, in an alternative future. And the Enterprise C popped out of a rift just after their incident with the Romulans in Narendra 3. So the Enterprise convinced Enterprise C to go back in time and sacrifice itself in the sake of the future, so they wouldn't have a future where the Klingons were winning the Federation at a war that they couldn't afford to win. But again, another Enterprise D picture there, lots of detail. But it looks like, I'd say that would possibly be a painted detail there. This strip on the back there, I think they're a sensor strip, like all round here. It's a big sensor strip. So you get all round, see who's behind you. All along the side, lateral sensors. Yeah, really good. And the Enterprise C there going back in time. Back into the rift. To be destroyed. Or so we thought. And finally, we have 3 of the hero ships from this Throttle 3 series. Enterprise D, you can tell there by, you can see the registry number. The Defiant and the Voyager. You can't tell it's a Voyager or not, but it has to be the Voyager. Solar observation. Looking at the sun. Yeah. A strange line on there, almost for a shadow or something on there. Yeah, just hanging around at a star, drinking a bird, watching the game. Yeah. Amazing little views. Actually, what's wrong on here is it looks like that engine might be flat, but I don't think they are. I think that's about to go to warp, or is at warp. So that's a bit weird. This is just testing the engines. Well, what you can do. She's a captain. Really nice. Right, back picture. All 13 pictures. Well, -1. All there's little thumbnails. Lovely. I like that one. 2007 edition. Ships of the Line calendar. So thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you in the next video. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.